What is going on, everybody? It's the first time we're here for a Monday Night Raw review for March the 15th, 2021. The go-home show to Fastlane. And it has been made official. As soon as the show started, it was made official. At WrestleMania, it will be Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Now, I'm fine with this. I knew this is where we were going. And it should be a hell of a match. We don't need Brock Lesnar. Everybody who sits there and says that this match needs Brock Lesnar, you're fooling yourself. These two can go out there and give you a hell of a match in and of themselves. We don't need Brock Lesnar. Again, we don't need Brock Lesnar. Now, Drew McIntyre, if I'm correct, comes out after to interrupt Bobby Lashley, MVP, who started the show, and it's confirmed that on Sunday we're having Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus one-on-one. And I'm thinking to myself, you're having this match at Fastlane. Why is it not a number one contenders match? Give me Drew versus Sheamus. The winner goes to WrestleMania instead of saying, well, Drew McIntyre automatically gets a WWE Championship match because reasons. I know, and they can't say, oh, it's his rematch clause because, one, they got rid of that in 2018, and two, it would be null and void because Miz has already lost the championship. But, no. We start the show off with Bobby Lashley and MVP. MVP announces that the almighty era is officially here. What has been the last 2 weeks, then? They brag about the recent title win. Lashley brags about beating Drew McIntyre up at Elimination Chamber and says she'll do the same thing in the main event of WrestleMania. Yes, Night 1 is probably going to be Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley in the main event. Night 2 will be Roman Reigns versus Edge. That's just how WWE is going to do this. And then beat up everyone on Raw because this is his era. Out comes The Miz and John Morrison. What the fuck was with John Morrison's hair tonight? Like, seriously, what did he, like, in hair dressing, like, in whoever does the hair for them backstage, did he just sit there and go, give me the gayest fucking look you can give me? I'm not trying to be homophobic or anything, but my God, if he wasn't married, you'd be questioning John Morrison. He makes all these excuses for the title loss, like, I wasn't 100%. Don't you think you want to beat The Miz at 100%? I want a rematch where I'm at 100%, and he tries to talk himself into the match at WrestleMania. Nobody gives a shit. This is it. Miz is done. He's going to be facing Bad Bunny, as we know. It was pretty much confirmed but not confirmed later in this show. So, McIntyre comes out. Miz and Morrison, and he just walks right past Miz and Morrison as if they aren't even there. See, he's even done with them, even though after this segment, he has a match with The Miz. Drew says this is his first chance to formally congratulate Lashley. He goes on about how their journeys have been similar because for 17 years, I think it was for Drew McIntyre, 16 for Bobby Lashley to win their championships. Both of them scratched and clawed and worked their asses off, but opportunity kept on passing them by. And then eventually, both of them were out of WWE, even though Lashley was only in WWE originally for about a year and a half. His first run in WWE was about a year and a half. Then he left, went to TNA, fired from TNA, went on to do some MMA, came back to TNA, won the world title there 4 or 5 times, and then came back to WWE. Drew McIntyre had a little bit longer career the first time. Left WWE for about 3-4 years, and then came back. But yeah, same path, sure. He brings up how Lashley screwed him out of the WWE title. MVP interrupts him and says Drew has to worry about his buddy Sheamus before he gets to Lashley. They have words. Lashley tells McIntyre to worry about Sheamus before worrying about him. Miz and Morrison get on the apron, and Miz says Drew also has to worry about him. Drew says, you know, I totally forgot you were there. So I give you 2 options. I'm going to turn my back and finish the conversation with Lashley. Miz can attack me. You can attack me. I really wouldn't recommend that. Or you can turn around, walk away, and get the hell out of here. Because tonight he's going to beat Miz up, make an example out of him, and then go on the Fastlane, take care of Sheamus, and then taking his WWE title back from Lashley at WrestleMania. Drew says there'll be a heavyweight clash like no other, and it's going to be they're going to beat the hell out of each other. Says he's going to end the almighty era. Drew calls Lashley a big bald bitch. He holds Lashley back. Miz addresses Drew and distracting him. This allows Lashley to attack Drew and beat him down as Miz and Morrison watch from the corner. Lashley leaves Drew laying in the ring as he's back up the ramp with MVP. Miz and Morrison then attack Drew while he's down. Sheamus blindsides Lashley from behind, starts beating the hell out of him on the stage, pounding away on his face. Our officials rush down to break it up, sending Sheamus to the back. MVP holds Lashley back in the ring, telling him that you'll get him tonight. You'll get him tonight, because that's going to be the main event of the show, Sheamus and Bobby Lashley. Okay. Back from break, we see what just happened. Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and The Miz, and Morrison, and Sheamus. Sheamus is backstage with Sarah Schreiber now. She asks, why did he attack the champion? He says he wants to beat Drew this Sunday at Fastlane, and he wants it 100%, not 90%. Because he's sick and tired of all these excuses. Says Lashley is messing with his business where he doesn't belong. He wants a match with Lashley tonight because after he wants to show Lashley or Drew what he won't be able to do at Wrestlemania. And he's going on about how he's going to be the one to beat Lashley. Good fucking grief, man. And then we go to Drew McIntyre versus the clown known as The Miz. And this match went way too fucking long. They're trying to make The Miz this guy who we could take serious, this guy who's somebody who can get beat. And it's like, dude, The Miz is trash. Drew McIntyre should have came in here, hit him with the Claymore in less than a minute, and then been done. But no, they actually had to have him struggle against The Miz. Now, this match goes again for way too long. Morrison does get involved way too many times. Referee sees this eventually and says, you know what, get the fuck out of here. And of course, Morrison has to cry like a little bitch as he's walking away. But Miz gets hit with the Claymore. Drew's going for the pin, but he's like, that's not good enough because I need to make an example out of this guy. He holds him up, points to the camera, then points to the WrestleMania sign, puts the Hurt Lock, on The Miz and makes his bitch ass tap out. So he's not even looking towards Sheamus, he's looking towards Lashley. Now again, why could we not make this Sunday's match at Fastlane a number one contenders match? Because what if, just putting it out there, what if Sheamus goes in the Fastlane and was to beat Drew McIntyre? Would it make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania, or would you take Drew McIntyre out and put Sheamus in there? I don't know. You have to figure that one out. Tom congratulates 24/7 champion Bob Bunny in his 2001 Grammy nomination, winning everything, don't give a shit. We see how Shane McMahon insulted Braun Strowman last week. Braun is slowly making his ways backstage, and he's in a very pissed off mood. He heads to the ring, calls Shane out, and we go back to commercial break. Back from break, and Braun Strowman was in the ring. He's talking. It seemed like he was talking before we came back from camera. So I'm coming from break. So somebody forgot to tell Braun that we're not live yet. Wait till we're actually live because we come back from commercial when he's already talking. Want Shane to come out. We should call him Shane McMahon. Shame on you, dude, for even coming back. Shane McMahon says he's already sensing tension and hostility. He doesn't know why Braun wants him out here. He goes on about Braun interrupts, mentioning how he's been bullied by guys like Shane is alright because Shane grew up and went in a mansion in an Ivy League school doesn't mean him smarter than Braun. Shane is insulted. He says he never make fun of another man. Braun says Shane came out here and apologized when they both know McMahons don't apologize for anything. Says Shane came out to apologize, but he fumbled through it because he got scared. Shane tries to belittle Braun some more. Braun says Shane didn't have the guts to come out and say what he wanted. Braun knows Shane wants a match with him, but he doesn't have the balls to say it. Braun will make the season. He wants a match with Shane tonight. Then Shane is like, Braun, you can't handle me. He knows Braun is up stupid. He looks down and he looks stupid and definitely talks stupid. He goes on about and pretty much just insults him, says he's just plain stupid. Braun yells back at him and tells him to shut up and answer the challenge. Shane says Braun wants a brain versus brawn kind of match. He's on. Drops the mic, starts to back up. Braun yells at him in the ring, and that is that. See Lana, Naomi, Dana Brooke, and Mandy Rose talking. Don't care what they're saying. R-Truth interrupts, and moving on. So we go to Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. This was not even interesting at all. Naomi's good. Naomi is a hell of an athlete. She's a hell of a performer. And they have her mixed up with this whole Lana thing. Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose just aren't really that good. Dana Brooke, in my opinion, is one of those people who needed a lot more time in NXT. Of course, was only brought up from NXT when she was down there I think it was Emma got injured or somebody got injured. So they brought her up. And she was just coming into her own in NXT when she was that bitch heel who would just belittle everybody, talk down to everybody. She needed at least another year or two in NXT. If Dana Brooke would have stayed in NXT and just been there and was just now coming up, she'd probably be a better, well-refined product than she is now. So, they confirmed Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus tonight during this match, and Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are on commentary. Shayna Baszler is going to take on Asuka later in the show. So, Asuka makes her return here. Baszler isn't happy. She runs over the ramp, but Asuka ducks an attack, drops Baszler on the ramp and beats her up. Officials run down and try to keep Asuka and Baszler separated. Rose rolls and distracts Lana for a 2 count. Brooke tags in, but she stays on the apron as Rose goes for Lana, and Lana counters the facebuster to Rose. Brooke runs in and hits a spinning neckbreaker on Lana for the pin in the win. And you know how much care I had for this match? Zero. You know what was going on at the same time that this match was going on? Oh, AEW Dark Elevation, Maki Ito was taking on Riho. If I had to pick between Maki Ito versus Riho and Dana Brooke and Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose versus Naomi and Lana, which one of those two matches do you want to see? Sure as hell isn't this one, because 3 out of these 4 women have 0 to little talent in the fucking ring. Period. Just, like, man, and this is what sucks, because Mandy Rose last year was improving and becoming better when she was on SmackDown. And that whole feud, which should have been feud of the year on SmackDown for WWE, with her and Sonya Deville, got cut short because of the attacker angle, the attacker shit, the shit that happened with Sonya Deville. It wasn't fun. So, yeah, that's it. She's just seen the regress, having to team up with Dana Brooke, trying to cover for Dana Brooke, who just doesn't have any fucking in-ring talent. Matt Riddle approaches the New Day backstage, riding on his scooter. He wishes them good luck in the Raw Tag Team title match. There's some comedy after Riddle suggests they get matching pancakes and tattoos. So, Riddle hypes them up for the New Day head to the ring in the next match, which is the New Day versus the Hurt Business. This was a good match. You have 4 guys out there, 4 workhorses. These are 4 guys that if you split them up and put them in a singles role, they could do it. Could you imagine, say, Kofi and Xavier Woods went their separate way. Of course, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin are eventually going to go their separate way, because that's just how it's going, even though it seems like Cedric's cockiness as a member of the Hurt Business has gone away recently. But these 4 guys right here, if they actually wanted to, would be great opponents for a Matt Riddle in the United States Championship. These 4 guys right here, if they wanted to, would make up a hell of a mid-card division for the United States Championship somewhere down the line. But for now, they're in the Tag Team division. And the New Day are your new Raw Tag Team Champions. Why? Unless they're getting rid of Cedric Alexander from the Hurt Business now, I couldn't tell you. Woods hits a big flying elbow off the top rope from Shelton to Shelton. Kofi tags in, leaps off the top, hits the big daybreak stomp on as Woods holds him. Cover 1, 2, 3, and they are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Mind you, there was no MVP around. Usually, the Hurt Business has MVP, whether it's Lashley or Cedric and Shelton, but no MVP anywhere. So maybe these guys are going to be, Cedric's probably getting kicked out of the Hurt Business here soon. Just how it is. So, the music hits, and out comes AJ Styles and Omos. AJ congratulates them, but doesn't care which title remains. This is for them. He goes on about how all he's done from being WWE Champion to United States Champion to Intercontinental Champion. His bucket list is getting slim. He says they don't have anything planned for WrestleMania right now. Omos had a great idea, though. We should be Raw Tag Team Champions. AJ officially challenges them because he's like, you guys, does anyone have any idea what's going to happen when this guy steps in the ring when it comes to Omos? Oh, he's like, oh, this guy does, pointing to Xavier Woods. This, of course, goes Xavier Woods and is saying, you want it? You got it. So we do have AJ Styles has a championship match at WrestleMania. AJ Styles, I don't think, has challenged. He's had one title match at WrestleMania. That was the WWE title 3 years ago now. Wow, it's been 3 fucking years. But yeah, 3 WrestleManias ago when it was him versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Other than that, he was there for 16, 17, had a match against Chris Jericho, Shane McMahon, the match with Nakamura, the match with Randy Orton the next year in 2019, last year with The Undertaker. This year, it will be the first time he actually challenges for a championship. So, AJ Styles is just clicking off everything in the bucket list that he can. But this will also be Omos' debut. Now, my problem with this is, what constitutes these guys getting a world title, a tag team title match at WrestleMania? It's Omos' debut. AJ Styles hasn't done anything. Why are we just randomly throwing these two into a tag team title match? Of course, AJ and them are going to probably win, but we'll have to come to that at a later time. So, we go backstage, 24/7 champion Bad Bunny with Damian Priest. They end up having some words with Miz and Morrison, making fun of them. R-Truth appears. He looks like he wants to attack Bad Bunny from behind to get his baby back, but insists he's not here for a title change attempt. He's just sharing some Stone Cold merchandise with Bad Bunny. Bunny talks something over with Priest and ends up talking the truth about how he respects him in the game. Bunny hands over the 24/7 title to Truth. Truth hands over 2 championships, and it looked like a lunchbox. And before they left, he's like, what's his name? Priest is like, what's his name? He's like, his name is Bad Bunny. And of course, Truth is happy he got his baby back. So this is the first time the title changed hands on a giveaway. Again, who should care? We're getting into DDT Pro. What the fuck is the name of that championship again? The heavy metal weight something. Hold on. The Iron Man Heavy Metal Weight Championship. If we're just handing the title over for exchanging gifts, that just tells you that we're heading in that direction. Next thing you know, someone's gonna have a dream, or R-Truth's gonna have a dream of him losing the championship, or somebody's gonna throw it in a pail, and the pail is gonna be a champion. It's just we're getting into the Heavy Metal Weight Championship territory. Damian Priest versus Jackson Ryker. Jackson Ryker wins in about 2 seconds. Like, seriously, the bell rings, Ryker attacks, rocking Priest. Priest comes back, drops Ryker with a broken arrow, nails the hit the lights, and gets the win. Now, there's been a lot of questions like, why has Damian Priest's matches been so long? Usually when you bring a new talent up, they have squash matches like this match with Jackson Ryker. Well, the word is that because they have Bad Bunny, who is of Puerto Rican descent, he's from Puerto Rico, I think he is, he's a Latin American star, WWE wants to get Bad Bunny on TV as much as possible. So having him on TV for a 2-minute squash, like a 30-second, 90-second squash match is not good. They want him to be on there for at least 5-10 minutes. So that's why we've been seeing a lot of long, drawn-out matches. I don't know why they decided this week they were going to change that up. But after the match, Elias storms the ring, drops Priest from behind, and Elias grabs the guitar, but Bad Bunny takes it and tosses it. Elias scoops Bunny on for a slam, but Bunny ends up getting out and rocking Elias with a prop. Priest then drops Elias with a hit the lights, middle of the ring. Priest and Bunny celebrate as Elias and Ryker look on. Morrison comes down. He's celebrating. He's clapping. He's being all fucking smug and stupid. Miz comes from behind, dropping Bunny with a guitar shot, which he did it piss poorly because it didn't break. Priest looks over, stunned, and chases Miz away. Miz runs away to the crowd area. Priest and an official check on Bunny, who is down in pain. Priest warns Morrison, who's still in the ramp. We go to commercial break. So that pretty much just shows the direction that Miz and Morrison are going. We're going to see, as we all figured, Miz and Morrison versus Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. It is literally the only reason they continue to have Bad Bunny on here. Now, for some people, some talents, or some fans, younger audience, it was probably a good idea to bring Bad Bunny in because he resonates. I'm 31 years old. This guy don't resonate with me. I don't know who the fuck he is. But there are some people out there who are huge-ass fans of his. And them seeing him on Raw is WWE's hoping it will help them with ratings. Obviously, it has not, but, WWE's got to try something. So, Charlotte's backstage with Bobby Lashley and MVP. She goes to interview Bobby Lashley, but MVP interrupts and is heated about what Sheamus tried to do earlier and goes on and guarantees the exact same thing that happens to Sheamus tonight will also happen to Drew at WrestleMania, and they walk off. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. This wasn't even a fucking match. So, Shane McMahon comes out. Then Braun comes out. Shane gets out of the ring and he's like, "Oh, hold on, big guy. I'm not here every week, so this is special. I gotta get prepared. I gotta, do some jumping jacks, do some, push-ups. I have this, hopscotch thing over here. I'm gonna have to do that." So Braun says he starts to chase. He chases Shane McMahon around. Shane McMahon eventually grabs a cameraman's camera, nails Braun Strowman with it. So he does that a couple times, beats the hell out of him, puts him on the announce desk, elbow drops him through, and then gets two buckets of slime, green paint or slime, and just starts covering him with it, calling him stupid. And I'm like, did he go rob the Nick Studios did he even go rob Nickelodeon Studios or something to grab this green slime? Tells him never to challenge him again, and then walks away. If WWE thinks that I'm excited for Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman at WrestleMania, you are out of your fucking mind. Are you kidding me? This was stupid. Now, I'm sorry, this was stupid. This was so fucking stupid. This is what WWE has for Braun Strowman. The same guy who wrestled Goldberg for the Universal Championship last year as a replacement for Roman Reigns. That Braun Strowman, that's what you're going to go with. That's what you're going to go with. And you're going to go be proud of that. You got to be fucking kidding me. This was an absolute fail. I don't give a shit about any of this. I just don't. How could you be so fucking proud that you're having Shane McMahon go out there covering this guy in green fucking slime, acting like a fucking idiot? I can't even imagine that anybody finds this shit enjoyable. Because I'm telling you right now, I sure as hell don't. So, what's the deal? I couldn't tell you. What's the fucking deal, though? WWE just thinks this is some great shit? That's good shit, god damn it. No. No. I just can't even with this company. We see how Alexa Bliss distracted Randy Orton during last week's match against AJ Styles. She's swinging on her swing in the playground backstage. She says it's time for her favorite game. Inflicting pain with truth. The Jack in the Box and the pentagram is sitting on the swing next to her. She tells Orton if she wants him out of his life so bad, he has to take her out of it. He will get the chance this Sunday at Fastlane. Asks him if he's going to take the chance. She starts laughing to end the segment. So, yeah. Now, I'm the one who's been on here a couple times and said Alexa Bliss has been the best thing about Raw for a good while. And honestly, in my opinion, I think the whole feud with The Fiend and Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss has gone on way too long. And now I guess Alexa Bliss has talked to Kane where he gets his what are those called? The contacts where the eyes are smaller, what like makes your eyes look like your eyelid look really small, because she was wearing 2 of those, not just 1 but 2, just to make herself look more sinister. Honestly, I know they want to get Fiend versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Is it going to be a normal match? Is it going to be a Firefly Funhouse match? I don't know. All I know is, just like Miro and Kip Sabian versus the Best Friends, I'm over this feud. Get it over with so we can get on to something else. Asuka versus Shayna Baszler. This match went shorter than I thought it would. And apparently Asuka won it. I thought Shayna won. I actually think I put a post on Minds that Shayna won this match because it just came out of nowhere. But careful with the clutch. They tangle. Baszler goes for the hold. Asuka turns it into a pin. Gets the win. And I'm like, holy shit, this is over? Shayna Baszler quickly makes Asuka fade with the clutch. The referee checks on Asuka. Baszler gets to the kick while she's down, but Asuka catches her and hits a German suplex. Asuka just lost. Asuka goes into that seeing red mode because she beats the ever-loving shit out of Shayna Baszler. She's attacking her mouth. She's like, bitch, you knocked my teeth out, I'm gonna knock your teeth out. Goes over, takes one of the bottom turnbuckle pads off, starts shoving Shayna Baszler's mouth into it. She actually pulled her back and was going to launch her face first into the turnbuckle pad the turnbuckle without the pad there to break her face. Referee was there to stop it, fortunately for Shayna, and Asuka leaves. So that's got to be the Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. There's no reason to have Asuka and Shayna Baszler be like this if you're not going to have the match at WrestleMania. Do not give it to fucking Charlotte, which again, she was not on Raw. Thank you much. Ollie is backstage with Retribution about her failures and how to right the wrongs tonight. Riddle comes flying through with his scooter, stopping Ollie in mid-sentence. The announcers hype Ollie vs. Riddle as the match coming up next. Sheamus vs. Drew McIntyre, Shane vs. Braun Strowman are confirmed for Fastlane, apparently. What? I didn't hear that Fastlane. I didn't hear the Braun Strowman one. So, let's see. Fastlane 2021. Was it Braun Strowman? Yeah, Braun vs. Shane singles match. Well, you know what? Good. Keep it on Fastlane. It doesn't deserve to be at WrestleMania. But again, does anybody care about that match? Hell no. They also have Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss in an intergender match. It hasn't really been confirmed as a match. It's going to probably be a segment. And this will be The Fiend will return so we can get the match at WrestleMania. I don't see this actually being a match. United States Championship match, Mustafa Ali versus Matt Riddle. Now, if I say this was a really good match, I would be lying. It wasn't. It just was nothing there. I don't know about this. It's just something Mustafa Ali's great. Matt Riddle is great. But for whatever reason, they just didn't click in this match, in my opinion. This is my opinion. This is what I say. It felt like something was off. Like the timing was off or something. We got no interference by Retribution, which was completely surprised. Okay, never mind. I lied about that because T-Bar did try to distract the referee, which messes up Ali's pin. Riddle comes back, hits the Bro Derek, gets the win. So, Matt Riddle wins. He gets out of the ring before the Retribution can actually attack him. Ali is throwing a fit, yells at T-Bar and the rest of the group. Apparently, it's not a good idea to distract the referee when the guy you're supporting is trying to get the pin. How much longer is Retribution going to be around? Because they have been way past their sell-by date. You know, when you go to the store and you see something that you buy something from the store, you put it in the fridge, you eat, say you get, strawberries, because there's this commercial I see where they, somebody buys a bag of a container of strawberries, they clean them up, they eat one, put them in the back of the fridge, and then weeks later, they pull them out and they have to throw them out because they were there. That's Retribution right there. They are those pack of strawberries that is in the back of the fridge that has been sitting there, rotting and becoming more disgusting week in and week out because WWE doesn't know what to do with them. They were dead on arrival, and then the minute they got Mustafa Ali as their leader, everybody with a brain should have realized that there was no hope for this group because WWE does not see anything in Mustafa Ali. Oh, but Mustafa Ali just had a United States Championship match. Did he win it? No. He got beats, and his own man caused the loss. Just now. Randy Orton is backstage with Sarah Stroud when she asks about Alexa Bliss is challenging him to getting her kicked out of his life on Sunday. He recalls Bliss telling him to kick her out of his life if he wants her to. Orton smiles, says that's just what he's going to do. Honestly, what I think is going to happen is that she's going to come into the ring, she's going to put herself on all fours and tell Randy Orton to punt kick her. I think that's all that's going to happen. It's not even going to be a match. She's gonna get down on all fours and be like, she'll have her headset mic on and be like, if you want me out of your life, just kick me out and just kick her in the head. He's done it with so many other legends. What's going to stop her? So what's probably going to happen, and we'll talk about this on Friday when we do our predictions, he's going to kick her in the head, and that's that. Or try to, and then something's going to happen. Out comes Drew McIntyre for the main event. He says Sheamus is looking to take him out at last stop before WrestleMania, but he's going to take Sheamus out and then take back his title from Bobby Lashley. He also came out here because he is excited, and he's going to take a front row seat to watch the main event and wants these two lads to get out here, right now. And then we have that main event, Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus. This was a good match. Long, big time, big boys beating the piss out of each other. What else can you say? It's two big burly men beating the hell out of two big burly men. This is what you would say Vince McMahon is probably backstage having a hard-on for two big, beefy men beating the hell out of each other. Irish curse, but Lashley kicks out at 1. Definitely a big shock there. Lashley takes Sheamus to the top as MVP encourages him. Lashley hits a superplex he waits for the corner for Sheamus to get up. Lashley charges for a spear, but he runs into a big knee from Sheamus. Sheamus scoops Lashley up, hits the white noise, but only gets a 2. Sheamus gets up first and yells out in the corner. He goes for the bro kick. Lashley meets him in midair for the spear. 1, 2, 3. Lashley is your winner, and he is heading to WrestleMania. He is not defending the title on Sunday, nor should he defend the title on Sunday. Again, in my opinion, it should be Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre at Fastlane. The winner goes on to WrestleMania, but that's not the plan. After the match, Lashley stands tall. MVP joins him in the ring. Lashley and McIntyre stare each other down as we go to replays. Lashley picks up Sheamus and tries to apply the Hurt Lock. Drew enters the ring now as Lashley drops Sheamus, and they have some words. Drew drops Lashley with the Claymore out of nowhere as Lashley somehow was distracted. Lashley gets knocked to the floor. We get a replay of the bro kick. Sheamus is on his feet now. Sheamus and Drew stare each other down. Drew has some words for his former best friend in the final Raw before Fastlane goes off the air. It took them till tonight to get matches for Fastlane. Not many, but we got some. Now, yeah, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Fastlane is a pay-per-view we do not need. We do not need Fastlane. It's kind of obvious. WrestleMania is in 4 weeks. 4 fucking weeks. You want to know why until this recent brand split we haven't had a pay-per-view in March? Because 1, WrestleMania happens in March sometimes, and 2, so you have enough time to build both matches for WrestleMania. AJ Styles comes out tonight and makes a match for WrestleMania. We started the show immediately and was like Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Why? Because reasons. That's why. Because they got to do something. So, yeah. WrestleMania got 2 matches tonight. Fastlane got a match, and I think I'm pretty safe to say that Alexa Bliss versus, it's supposed to be a match between Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton. Is not going to be an actual match. She's probably going to go out there and just, like I said, get on her hands and knees and tell Randy Orton to punch her if he's the man, if he can. But again, we'll talk about that when it happens. Am I surprised that the New Day won the tag team titles again? No. Am I surprised it was on Monday Night Raw? Yeah, I mean, I figured you would keep that for WrestleMania. But with the fact that they had AJ Styles and Omos come out to challenge them tonight, just makes the sense why you would take the titles off the Hurt Business, because you're not going to do heel versus heel. That's going to be also Omos' debut. He's got three great guys to go out there and help get him through that match. So, WrestleMania, not any more excited for WrestleMania than I was before the show. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley should be good. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison is 100% happening. I'm hoping that Braun versus Shane happens at Fastlane and that's it. We're done with this. I don't want to see it at WrestleMania. And we'll see what happens. But Fastlane is this Sunday. We'll have a preview show. We'll have our predictions after SmackDown on Friday. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Like or dislike this video. Find me on Minds at the France Club. Find me on twitch.tv/thefranceclub. And find me on Instagram at the France Club. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for the St. Patty's edition of AEW on TNT. Until then, my name is Franz, and I'll see you guys later.